Assalamualaikum, my name is Nabil Husna Abdul Aziz and my group members are Fatin Aliana, Nurfitini and Nur Hidayah. Today we will be presenting about hunted meat. When do wild animals haram? Hunting is the action of pursuing and killing wild animals or wildlife for nourishment or entertainment. Moreover, hunting is a violent and immoral kind of outdoor recreation that regularly destroys hundreds of millions of the animals, several which are injured and experience a slow and sad death. According to Susanti 2020, in Islamic law, if the animal gets banned under the rule, therefore it is forbidden to eat. If the animal seems to be so young, it is likewise forbidden to eat. According to FAO Global Forest Resources Assessment, Malaysia is also known to 306 wildlife species, included 742 species of birds, 567 reptile species, and also 242 amphibian species.
In discussing the ruling of animals to be eaten in Islam, it has divided them into four categories, namely aquatic or marine animal, animals that live both in the water and on land, animals that live on land, and flying animals. Firstly, animals that live in the water covers all the animals which live in the sea, river, swamp, and lake, except for those which will harm human beings. It's permissible to be eaten. Secondly, it is forbidden to consume animals that live in river, as well as on land, such as frogs, crocodile, turtles, turtle, and snake, amongst others. Thirdly, the animals that live on land, on the other hand, present a different set of consideration. While it is acceptable to consume some of these animals, it is not acceptable to consume others. A number of animals, including camels, cows, goats, sheep, among others, have been determined to be permissible for consumption as foods. Animals that are forbidden to be consumed include the tiger, the bear, the rhinoceros, the wolf, and any other animal that defends itself by utilizing its teeth, fangs, or claws. Other than those mentioned above, it is forbidden to consume the flesh for the following animals: monkeys, apes, elephants, dogs, pigs, cats, ants, flies, mosquitoes, foxes, and leeches. And the last one, it comes to creatures that are capable to fly, such as chickens, birds, and bats. The consumption of chicken, duck, and other poultry, as well as any bird that snatches food, which is its beak, and any bird that breathes by drinking, and any bird that has mark on its nest are acceptable options. Birds that grabs their prey with their feet, such as the eagle, the parrot, the owl, and the bat, are not permitted to be consumed because of the claws they use to capture their prey or victims. In addition, eating peacocks or any other birds that are similar in appearance to peacock is forbidden.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Fatin Alina binti Muhammad Idrus. Okay, I will continue for the first subsection, the condition for the hunting animal under the Islamic law according to Salwa 2021. Firstly, hunting requirements. A hunter must meet the following requirements. A. Allah's name must be altered while hunting with a hunting tool. B. It is halal if the hunter discovers the animal dead after hunting, but it is not halal if the hunter does not look for the animal and subsequently discovers it dead. C. The hunter must be a Muslim and at least one people of book, which is Jew or Christian. Secondly, the hunting animal whose meat is prohibited haram to consume. A. The animal died as a result of the sharp or pointed tool wound. B. The animal died as a result of the injury from the instrument harm because it is proclaimed haram in the Quran Al-Hakim. C. The animal should not be strangled by anything because it is called haram in the Quran, which means the strangle to that animal. D. An animal that died as a result of hunting or an incident such as being hit by the car, train, or other means will not be halal. Okay, thirdly, hunting animals whose meat is permitted halal to consume. A. In Islam, hunting is only permissible when it is required for food. It is illegal to take an animal life for sport without planning to consume or otherwise benefit from it. B. The hunting weapon, like an arrow or bullets, must kill because of its sharpness. Meat from animals that are killed by something else, such as a rock, is not legal to eat unless the hunting animal is slaughtered before it died. C. If the hunted animal is still alive, it must be slaughtered as soon as possible before it died with the utterance of Allah's name.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurfitini and I will continue with the second subsection, which is safe handling practices for wild game meat. From harvest to storage and consumption, outdoor recreation hunters should practice effective game meat food hygiene standards. According to WATSA and Wildlife Disease Surveillance Focus Group 2020, wildlife can contribute to the transmission of pathogens in the environment and through food. Roughly 43 of emerging infections in humans emerge in wildlife globally. Carcass processing consists of 3 critical steps. First is field dressing, second is cutting and processing, and third is disposal of inedible organs and carcass parts. According to Paulson 2012, to avoid contamination with enteric pathogens, the hide and skin must be prepared before being eviscerated, and removal of the anus and intestine is necessary to prevent carcass contamination from entering the animal's digestive tract. The meat must be kept at 1 degree Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius once the carcass has been processed. Alternatively, to prevent microbial growth, the food should be frozen. Game meat that has been adequately packaged can be kept for up to 12 months on average, while uncured venison can be kept for much longer. Unfrozen game meat must be stored at 4 degrees Celsius or below and consumed within 2 or 3 days. The third subsection is Industrial Halal Hunted Game Meat Production (HHGM). For Muslims, hunting is a permissible activity. It is a sport, an exercise, and a source of income that Islam considers helpful and encourages. First is hunting. Trophy hunting, sports hunting, and other non-essential hunting are prohibited. Hunting is halal if it includes some form of sporting or leisure activity, and the animals which are hunted are treated decently and used for food. Meat from hunted animals found by the hunter is halal if all hunting requirements are met, since all hunted down or restrictive animals or hunted animals captured alive must be slaughtered. Second is the game animal. To produce HHGM, only healthy halal game animals can be hunted. Some of the examples of game animals are red deer, roe deer, wild sheep and goats, springbok, blesbok, impala, and wildebeest. Third is the hunter. The requirements for who can hunt game animals are the same requirements for who can slaughter domestic animals for halal meat production. For industrial HHGM production, a trained hunter could be a hunter who is capable of killing the game animal immediately with one shot every time, and should be the one who acquires a certificate from a professional organization or hunting association ascertaining that he or she is a qualified hunter. In addition to being trained, a Muslim hunter must be of discerning age, able to utter the required invocation for slaughter, which is Bismillah Allahu Akbar, before discharging a weapon or releasing a hunting dart, and should not be in the sacred state of consecration or ihram for the performance of pilgrimage. And for the last one is other consideration. Hunting parties can hunt both halal and non-halal animals at the same time, when and where necessary. However, hunted animals for halal meat production should be conveyed, processed, and stored completely separately from non-halal hunted animals. All avenues of cross-contamination between halal and non-halal carcasses and cuts in the production of HHGM must be avoided as required for halal meat from domestic animals. The weapons, vehicles, and equipment used for non-halal HGM can be used for HHGM if the equipment is thoroughly cleaned and sanitized according to the cleaning requirements established for the industrial production of meat from domestic halal animals.
In Malaysia, some Muslims are unaware of the meat they are permitted to consume. According to Islam, halal and haram are the two main categories into which items have been separated from Muslims. Halal is all goods that are acceptable to Muslims, while haram is all things that are illegal as per Islam. In Malaysia, there is a misconception that halal and haram refer simply to foods, especially meat. Next, due to the expanding Muslim population currently, the desire for halal meat product is developing significantly. In addition, Muslim consumers are in danger of purchasing false halal meat products that leading to a shortage of frequent regulation by Islamic officials and a lack of customer education regarding halal. Unfortunately, some foodstuffs, especially meat, are hard to categorize due to their ingredients. In addition, Muslims must not take any benefit of animals for their advantages. As we all know, animals are a blessing from Allah to the society, and we should have strategy to take care of them. Next, I will continue with the recommendation. The recommendation from the discussion is that we as Muslims must take part and be aware of what is happening in our surroundings. First, if we reside in such a non-Muslim community, we must verify the halal status of all the food products become necessary. We also must check the food's elements before we eating it. Moreover, the understanding of consumer knowledge of halal food is important for Islamic organizations. seeking to improve consumer education and also to gain more knowledge. In order to distribute information about halal food, it is recommended that we attempt to gain customer knowledge and awareness through information exchange in the style of the right way for animal hunting campaigns on any social media as well as other relevant channels must be taken very seriously.
Okay, for the conclusion, hunting an animal is the act of seeking and killing wild animal or wildlife for food and entertainment. Despite that, many people still do not know about the right way to hunt animals and the right method to make sure their hunted animals are halal, especially for Muslim. We as a Muslim must be alert and knowledgeable about the hunting animals because it is important to make sure that the hunted meat is permitted halal or forbidden haram to consume. The hunter must make sure the animal they are hunting is halal, such as a rabbit, deer, cow, and so on. Last but not least, we as a Muslim must ensure that we hunt animal in a responsible and legal manner, especially for food, and do not have the intention of merely harming them. That is all from us. Thank you.